Hello everybody and welcome back to Engineering Graphics. So hopefully you're excited, hopefully you're ready to learn something. If not, maybe you're just like vegging out watching this video. Cool by me. Either way, today we're going to be learning about a new couple buttons. We're learning about Revolve Boss Base and Revolve Cut. They both do similar things, just in the opposite way. One takes away material, one adds material. Now when I say revolve, it's because a lot of things in life, like my Tupperware right here, are circular symmetric, okay? This is not a perfect cylinder. If I'm trying to make this, I would have a very difficult time in making it. I can maybe draft it up here, but now this got this little lip. Since it is symmetric, going around a circle, it's much easier to revolve a shape. I make half the shape, I revolve it, and I can create it. So let's get right into it. I'll even try to make that little guy right there to show you how it works. Okay, so we got my front plane right here. I'm going to sketch on it. Now, Revolve Boss Base works first by you have to spin around something. I like to create an axis using a construction line. Okay, and then the very important detail is, since you're going to revolve all the way around it, or even just a portion, you have to make sure that you don't draw on both sides. If you draw on both sides, it will go horribly, horribly wrong. One side only. Cool? Okay, now I'm going to make my little Tupperware right here. So I'm kind of looking at it, kind of cut it in half as I'm looking at it, and okay, I think I got a good idea of how to make it. So I'm going to make it with some, I should start on the origin. What am I doing here? I feel silly. I'm going to go out to the side here. I'm going to go up at an angle. Yep, I'm going to go over, down, over, up. Like this. Okay. And there's kind of a lip inside, so I'll make it a little bit thicker and then go down again. And pretty good. Now, as a note here, this is obviously not perfect Tupperware. I'm going to try to make it look a bit nicer though. Drag it in here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Drag this guy. Whoa! That looks pretty good. Make this a bit thinner. Drag this over here. Okay. That's actually looking fairly decent. I think it's a bit taller, so I could drag this guy up, and I think I'll do that. I'm liking the way this is looking. I think it looks pretty good. And since I'm using no dimensions whatsoever, it's probably not very good. No, another thing I'm going to do, just to make this example a little bit better, I'm going to go ahead and fillet all these corners, which I shouldn't click right then. I should go ahead and click the fillet button first. There you go. And I'm going to fillet all of these guys. I'm going to make them the same. And you know what? That looks pretty good. I need to make it a bit smaller though. So let's make it 0.05. Okay. That should work. Can I get this guy to come in too? I should be able to. There we are. I wouldn't do it before because I had made it too big of a fillet. Let's see. Yep, that works now. Okay, it looks pretty good. And I filled all those edges. Nice and round, and I got way too many relations. I'm going to go ahead and hide those. Oh, I'm still in fillet. I can't hide those yet. And I'm going to go ahead and hide those. Okay, so what I have right now is a good, cut of the shape. Okay, this is what it looks like directly from the side. If I were to cut it in half, this would be half of that half. And now the amazing thing is I can revolve it, Revolve Boss Base. And when I revolve it, suddenly you'll see in gold what looks a lot like my Tupperware. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good. Boom, look at that little bowl right here. So it took the shape and it spun it completely around that center axis. Now I didn't have to spin it all the way around. I didn't really go over the options. If I go in here, I can go a particular part of that. I go 180 degrees. Now it's only half a bowl. I can go 270. I can flip what direction it's going. Also, I can go up to vertex, up to surface, offset from surface. There's a whole lot of different details you can do here. Or midplane if I wanted to go halfway in both directions. In all honesty, what you're going to use most is either 180 degrees or 360. Second thing is, like previously, I just select a contours thing. If I have other shapes over here that I want to also revolve boss base, normally it will just select all of them. However, if you said like, you know what, I don't actually want this one for this particular feature, you can just ignore it by going and selecting contours and choosing what you actually want to do. So once I've done that, I have my beautiful shape, and it looks absolutely wonderful. Now here's the detail, here's the thing. Revolve cut works exactly the same, but it removes material, okay? It removes material. So I have this beautiful tupperware, I love it, but I'm gonna have to part with it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. And delete the sketch to show you what Revolve cut looks like. So let's start on the front plane, and I have to have something to remove material from, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a cylinder. There we go. Cylinder features, and I'm going to extrude boss base this a ways. Perfect. Okay, I've got a cylinder, but you know what? I want to take some of that cylinder away. I want to kind of make it have a pointy head over here, okay? Not perfectly pointy, but it'll get close to it. So I'm going to sketch on the right plane. As a note, I have to be very careful because if you are revolving something, it revolves around whatever axis you give. If that axis is over here or over here, it's going to revolve it in a very strange way. That's why it's usually good to make sure that your objects are centered on whatever plane you are about to draw on. Okay, now just like last time, I'm going to create myself a nice little axis to revolve around. And I'm going to draw on one side and one side only. As another note, you don't actually have to draw directly on your line. Like, it doesn't have to connect to this. It can be far away from it. Okay, as another note, I need to make sure this guy connects. It did. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting away this edge. So I go to Features, Revolve Cut, and I remove it. Okay, now going back to it right here so we can see them. Revolve Cut has the exact same options. Like, it's all literally the exact same as your Revolve boss base. So adding material, removing material, same options that you can use here. The thing that I always think about Revolve Cut is it's kind of pointless in a lot of cases. You're like, well, why do you use it then? There are cases where you need it. There's cases, but if you're making something that's already perfectly symmetric like this is symmetric all the way around it, circular symmetric. Rotationally symmetric. I could have done this in one step. I took 2 steps. I made a cylinder and I cut part of the cylinder away. I could have also done the following. So I'll go ahead in my right plane, top plane. I can do that. Sketch on it. Okay, so I've got this guy. I'm going to go off to the side and make something else. Center line. Drag it down, nice and vertical. And I'm going to make a shape, which I'm guessing you're probably going to figure out what I'm doing very quickly. Okay, features, revolve boss base. And do you see something? I created pretty much the same shape. I didn't have any dimensions, so forgive me there. Pretty much the same shape in 1 step rather than 2. So revolve cut is usually not what you use when you're making something that is perfectly symmetric, rotationally symmetric. You use it when you have something that's not rotationally symmetric and you need to make a hole or a feature that is going to be rotated through it. So that's where you really use it. Like if I had a box and I had to cut an arc through that box, I would use this. Okay, that works very, very well. Or if I have a big flat surface and I want to cut out a ring from it for like a gasket, that can be a good use for it. It's just not really meant for making crayons, whatever these would be, a Coke can. So you can do it either way. Do the way that makes the most sense to you. But I strongly suggest that you just take more time to really think about how your shape is symmetric rotationally and just do a single revolve boss base rather than making a shape and cutting away gradually. 1 step versus many. But that'll be it for this time, so thank you for listening. I hope you all had a good time, and I'll see you all next time as we jump into some more buttons. So have a great day. Bye-bye.